Have you heard of ERISA? Well, if you're a 401k owner, you might have stumbled across that acronym before, but basically ERISA stands for the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, and that was established way back in 1974 by President Gerald R. Ford. And basically what the goal of ERISA is to safeguard Americans' retirement savings. But there's a lot more to it than that, so let's kind of go over what ERISA actually is. How does ERISA work? What does ERISA do for your retirement benefits? And who is not covered by ERISA? So what is ERISA? Well, basically it is a standardization of these different retirement plans that are out there. And there's different requirements that the federal government has put into play that all these different plan providers have to go by. Okay, so some of the standardization includes what kind of benefits they're providing, the different vesting schedules, and also funding for these different programs that are out there. Also, ERISA does mandate that the different investments, people that are managing the investments in the programs act as fiduciaries or in your best interest. So that's a great perk of having an ERISA sponsored plan. And then also one more thing that is a great bonus is that if, heaven forbid, the plan gets terminated, well, you're actually covered through the pension benefit corporation there. So you would still get those benefits as long as it's through that ERISA covered plan or ERISA covered plan. So how does ERISA work, right? Well, the standardization that has gone across the board is basically implemented and administered through the U.S. Department's Labor of Employee Benefit Security, okay? So they're the ones that is actually coordinating all of the standardization that's going on out there. So what does ERISA mean for your retirement benefits, okay? And this is the really big thing that you need to take away from this little segment is what you get from this protection from ERISA, if you will. And really the standardization that they've implemented is great for your future retirement planning, okay? There's three different things that they really implemented that I think benefit you the most. The first one is having a list of different investment options open to you. So if you're a 401k holder, you probably have seen this list before, right? It could be a dozen, maybe even 2 different dozen options for you to pick from to invest your funds. Okay, so that is a huge bonus. Okay, you're not locked into some certain investment from your employer. You have options, right? So that's great. Number 2 is with those list of investment options that you have, they're required to include historical returns for those different investment options. So you can look at that and determine, okay, this strategy has done well, this one hasn't, and you can make a more educated decision on where you want to invest your funds within the plan. And then just as important, another standardization that they require is that the companies include the cost of those different investment strategies as well. So you're going to see the expense ratios and so forth there plain as day, so you can not only pick different investment options, understand the historical returns that those options have had, but you can see how much those various options could cost you if you were to invest in those funds. Now, who is not covered by ERISA? Well, most 401ks are covered by ERISA, but not all of them. And then typically your local, state, and federal government along with church plans are not covered by ERISA. Also, one more thing you need to remember is that when you retire and you roll your 401k over to an IRA, well, that's not necessarily going to be covered by ERISA either. So that's something where here at Centennial Wealth Advisory, we help with those rollover processes, and we can go over the different pros and cons of making the switch to an IRA if you so choose. So if you have any questions on rollovers and what to do with your 401k in retirement, please don't hesitate to give us a call.